CBS 6 News at 5.
But first here at 5, confessions of a strained marriage, revealing testimony from Governor Bob McDonnell as he takes the stand in his federal corruption trial. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Lorenzo Hall.
I'm Julie Bragg.
And I'm Bill Fitzgerald, live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Richmond. The McDonnells, as you'll recall, are facing 14 counts indicted on various charges of corruption and fraud. They're accused of taking gifts and in some cases loans from a wealthy political donor in exchange for political favors. Now, today was the second day of direct testimony from the former governor himself. Yesterday, he was led through under friendly questioning from his own attorney about his career. This morning, we heard much about Johnny Williams, the gifts, and how Williams came to be such a presence in their lives. I'm joined now by our Joe St. George. And Joe, you've been in the courtroom from day one. We heard about a love letter that purports to show a rift between the two, and even more incredibly this morning, the two are not living together any longer.
That's absolutely right, Bill. Since a week before the trial, we learned that Bob McDonnell has been living at St. Patrick's Church in Shockoe Bottom here in Richmond. Father Wayne Ball is the pastor there who has been here seemingly every day in the federal courthouse. Another dramatic day of testimony from the former governor himself as we learn specific details about his marriage.
I'd rather be fishing.
Perhaps the understatement of the year as Bob McDonnell continues his testimony Thursday. The topic, his marriage, testifying that while issues began in the mid-90s, by Labor Day 2011, he wondered, quote, maybe this is the end, telling jurors that after a weekend of uncontrollable anger by Maureen McDonnell, he penned a letter opining, quote, I want to be in love, not watch movies about it, expressing frustration, writing, quote, you tell me all the time how bad your life has been with me. McDonnell said he discovered the day he sent the letter. Mrs. McDonnell contacted Johnny Williams 4 times. Our legal and political analysts heard testimony.
Well, Bob McDonnell essentially described the marriage today as almost a political marriage for the last 20 years.
We also learned more about what contributed to the couple's, quote, total disconnect, saying it got worse when the youngest kids went to college and after Maureen's parents died. They fought over inheritance. He wanted to pay down debt. She wanted stocks for the kids. While the former governor prevailed, he testified, quote, that was the wrong decision for my wife and for our marriage. Todd Stone says McDonnell is trying to make a point.
He's trying to show that there's a separation between he and his wife so that all the acts of Johnny Williams cannot be attributed to him.
As for Johnny Williams, Bob McDonnell said he never knew Williams bought Maureen all those clothes in New York, testifying he shops at regular department stores and has no clue how expensive the items were. And we heard a lot about the gifts late this afternoon. We'll talk on what Bob McDonnell knew about the Rolex watch, what he knew about the Ferrari ride, Bill, coming up tonight on the news at 6.
Now, as to what we're hearing from Bob McDonnell under direct questioning from his attorney, she is sitting there with her attorney. They have to be collaborating with this, as she is described as kind of out there getting all these gifts, doing all these things that he doesn't know about.
That's the assumption, that Mrs. McDonnell knows that what Bob McDonnell is saying about her is coming, that she anticipates it. She's very stoic in the courtroom. She's not showing a lot of emotion, Bill. It's almost as if she expects to hear what her husband is about to say about her.
All right, I know you've got much more to say about that. We'll see you back at 6 right here.